Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and I'm here to recommend a new special if you haven't already watched it. Bill Burr's Paper Tiger on Netflix. It's hilarious. If you guys liked Chappelle, if you liked Sticks and Stones, watch Bill Burr's new special. It's fantastic. Bill Burr is just an amazing comedian. He's been around for the longest time, and I remember always being impressed when he did that long, epic, viral rant about the city of Philadelphia. He was on some show, and they were just booing all the comedians all day long, and Bill Burr showed up and was just fed up and angry that they were just booing him before he even got started, and just went off on this amazing improv rant about the city of Philadelphia. As a Philly native, I thought it was genius. My favorite line being, "You guys look up to Rocky. He's not even real." You got to watch it. It's on YouTube. You can find the rant, but it went viral and got him a lot of attention. Bill Burr's been a regular on Chappelle's show. He's obviously on Breaking Bad. He's now going to be in The Mandalorian. He's finally getting his I would say, due, because he's been around for a while and he's a very funny comedian. But I wanted to call this out because a lot of people are talking about Chappelle and the controversy of PC culture and all this stuff. And Bill Burr handles a lot of this brilliantly in his special, which you can watch on Netflix. And I want to try and show a little bit of it here because it's just really stellar.
Yeah, so the stories were big in the beginning, like, oh my God, what a bunch of fucking animals. And then they just started tapering
He's talking about
off.
the Me Too movement.
And about, I don't know, 6 months in, they just sounded like bad dates. It was like, he was 10 minutes late, the chicken was cold, I think I was raped, career over. What about my side of the story? Fuck your side of the story! You have a dick and balls, we don't want to hear it! It went from like nobody listening, men not listening to women at all, to just this total overcorrection that anything they fucking said means it happens, you know? They got these hashtags like, believe women. Believe women, right? It's a little open-ended, huh? It's just straight across the fucking board. All of them, every last fucking one of them. What about the psychos? What about the ones that key your car and light your shit on fire because you didn't fucking answer a text? What about them? Huh?
What about
them? You believe like 88%? And the last 12% that's out of their fucking minds? I think that's a fair percentage, wouldn't you? No? Are you too afraid?
They are. You can hear the audience.
Not believe. No. That's the world we're fucking living in right now. No, everything has just become fucking absolutes in the
Preach.
States. It's fucking nuts. It went from not listening to women to just believe women, right? And then, and then people just like, did you see that story? Did you read this story? You can't make something like that up. I always want to be like, well, did you see Star Wars? I mean, somebody made that up. They made like fucking 15 of them,
He's going to be in one.
People can make shit up, right?
The specials.
You got a fucking problem. Get the fuck out.
It's very funny. I don't want to get to give it all away, but I implore you to go check it out. He goes off on male feminists or sex robots. It's just he plays always this like sort of angry guy, but there's a heart to him. He always has this sort of shame. He's a family man, married, and he tells some just really fun stories about him and his wife. He's just a really lovable guy, and I love his special, his show rather, on Netflix. If you haven't watched F is for Family, it's a really good animated for grown-ups type of series that I highly recommend. Already 3 seasons. I think the 4th is coming up. But Bill Burr is just a national treasure in my mind. He pushes those boundaries to places where it's uncomfortable, but has something to say about it. Like Chappelle, I think. Unlike Chappelle, where he's just trying to offend everybody, I think Bill has more of a broader goal of just doing his specific jokes here. I think Chappelle's special was specific about trying to offend everyone in the audience, whereas Bill's trying to get you to see just sort of the ridiculousness of the world we live in right now, and does a really fine job at it. But he does this really brilliant bit of where I want to end on, because I implore you, go to Netflix, watch the whole special. It's really fantastic. But he does this bit with the crowd where he's going with a story. He's leading his own story, his comedy special. He has got a material he's prepared. And he says this thing that is not what is intended, but an audience member sort of but responds in a way. And Bill Burr, in my opinion, does one of the best bits in the whole show, which was just off script to react to this heckler, really talking about the problem of this PC society and how you can't just judge comedy because it's totally objective to what your own mind is thinking. And it's a brilliant sequence, and here, check it out.
Yeah, it's a weird time right now. I'm glad that I'm fucking, married now. I don't gotta fucking deal with any of that shit. Younger guys, I don't know. How do you deal with it? Like, what was really fucked up in all of this now is what about women who like it rough? right? That doesn't happen here.
They don't laugh. That's
jolly old
impossible.
England,
No one ever wants
right?
that.
Not at all. Everybody gets all dead silent. Big fucking elephant in the fucking room, right? Yeah. How the fuck do you... What's that? Ask for consent. Doesn't that take the move? Well, Jesus, that kind of took it in a weird way.
It's not what he meant at all.
Dude, whatever the fuck I was saying, however you heard it, that's not what the fuck I'm saying, all right? You know, I really listened to this Me Too movement. I think for the first time in my life, I'm gonna ask for consent. I'm really gonna do it this time. I've been feeling... This is why you can't judge comedians. Do you understand this? Do you understand what the fuck I was saying and how this fucking jackass just heard it? You know? The second it comes out of my mouth, it's not what I said anymore. It goes into your fucking ear hole and gets cut with your whole fucking childhood. Oh, this is what he means.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Sir, if I could get along with my point, if you wouldn't mind that.
That is special. It's just incredible. I urge you, go check it out. It's on Netflix now. Bill Burr, Paper Tiger. Just going off of Paper Tiger, the title being of just this idea of people getting so bent out of shape for things that aren't really going to cause that much damage. And then I think even the Paper Tiger is Bill Burr in a way of just, he is this aggressively loud person, but so filled with his own shame and insecurities that he cops to immediately. It's just a great dynamic he has on stage with himself and with his material. And I highly, highly suggest you check it out if you were a fan of Chappelle and Chappelle's content, which a lot of you were. The critics weren't, but the people were. Bill Burr is the one to watch. And it's interesting because he goes off, they asked him about sort of Chappelle, and he was a performer on Chappelle's show, but just talks about this sort of media scrutiny and how I feel like Dave Chappelle got more shit than pharmaceutical companies for stand-up special. It's like, forget all the crap they did, they aren't exactly the same. Well, it's all money-based. What's funny is to be a comic right now because just like all these stupid people who are acting outraged about jokes, it's literally in the news feeds. It's literally in the news feeds that carry these stories. First of all, acting as though everybody's just paralyzed by jokes. Oh my God, I can't believe that this comedian told this joke. Meanwhile, I'm at the grocery store and I can't even pick out apples now. It's ridiculous. Anyway, he goes on a lot of points, but he's equally frustrated. And I think that's the point of comedians are telling jokes. That doesn't mean they're terrible people, racist, sexist, transphobic people. We have to be able to laugh. It's important to laugh. And if you want a good laugh, again, Bill Burr, Paper Tiger on Netflix. Have you watched it yet? It came out last night. I suggest you do. Tell us when you do in the comments down below or hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye, everybody.